For me, personally, this entire experience has changed the way that I've looked at school. I've hated school. It's always been crap for me. Honestly, this year of going through this and feeling like I have a purpose to help people and help students, young adults find their way, not feel like they don't like school so they have to drop out. I feel like this has really changed the way I think.
We knew that we had to start with communities. We had to start with parents. And let's have a good listening tour so that people aren't hearing it from on high, but they are saying, you're actually listening to us.
What we heard is we need to make school more relevant. We need to help students understand what career pathways exist in Wyoming and get them thinking about what careers they're interested earlier. And then how do we make school more engaging, offering more choice to students in their learning?
For too long, we've really just pigeonholed students into the same thing over and over again, no matter how differently that those students learn from one another. And so what this is about is more student-centered learning, really giving different pathways to students and developing those skills that we know that employers care the most about.
This is something that's happening all across the state, where suddenly educators and administrators and legislatures, they're starting to look towards the actual teenagers who experience the things in the classes, and they're saying, what are you going through? What does your education look like, and how can we make it better?
We know that this approach to education works in many ways, shape, and form. We know that it better supports our students when they go into the workforce. They have those skills that those employers want, but we're also seeing results in our accountability. We're seeing achievement increases.
We've relied on the state assessment scores to determine whether schools are successful or not. And so schools stepping out of that box to say we're going to do things differently, there was a sense of fear of what happens if my state assessment scores go down as a result of this work. And that was a legitimate fear. And I think removing some of that fear through this process has been extremely helpful with the work of the state board, thinking about how can they provide some flexibilities in standards and assessment to allow districts the space to innovate.
All of a sudden, everybody's thinking about something that everybody said we couldn't do. And now it's like, oh, maybe there is a way that we can do that. Maybe statute already allows that. Let's figure out how we create the rules and processes in order to allow students to authentically learn.
There are many, many expectations that are external that are placed on districts and schools. When administrators, again, from my observations, when they have been able to kind of throw open the doors or even crack them open a little bit and say, all right, let's try something out, the teachers have been able to do some amazing things and really be able to return to a lot of what they valued in education in the first place. Unleash your teachers would be my recommendation.
We're not losing rigor or relevancy, but you're allowing more students choice in how they demonstrate their mastery of learning rather than just written assessment.
Now I have to demonstrate what I've learned. I have to solve a problem. And it's not, I just memorized whatever I needed to do on the test the night before, and I'll probably forget it the day after that.
We need to imagine a world where children are learning far beyond the confines of a classroom. For too long, we have really pushed them in this one-size-fits-all model, and it doesn't work in any industry that exists. So why would we do that in education? This makes kids happier. This makes them feel more fulfilled, more excited to go to school every day.
I didn't quite think I had a future, and then I realized that I can lead, I can support other people, I can be a voice, I can be a helper, I can get out and do something that matters.
The little glimpse that I had into RIDE was through my class, and that was the moment that I realized that the things that I do in class actually matter. I really want to be an educator, and it's partially because of the RIDE program, because the RIDE program, it focuses on students. It lets students shine in a way that when they're leaving the classroom, it's not just with textbook skills and regurgitated information, but rather it's the student learned something.